What's happening, y'all? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, where we're bringing the village to the brothers. Every couple of weeks, you can look forward to a quick inspirational message or a thought-provoking guest with knowledge and wisdom, all geared towards helping you be the best father that you can be. We're bringing the village to you. Now it's your turn to do something with what you learned. All right, y'all. Let's go. What's going on, fellas? This is Mike D with Black Fathers Now, and I hope y'all are having a great day. I hope you're getting out, getting something, making it happen, impacting the world, and being the best version of you, and having the courage and the confidence to double down on that best version. Again, double down on the best version of you and put that out into the world. And but realize you don't have to be perfect. You're not perfect. But perfection is not a requirement for greatness. So go be the best version of yourself. Double down on the best version of yourself. Take a step back and go. Just relax. You are enough. All right, fellas, you are enough. But jumping straight into this particular quick episode, thinking about the concept of you are enough, I was thinking back to something that happened, over 20 years ago. Long story short, one of my best friends, his mother passed away, when we were still in high school. And at the funeral, the eulogy was being given. And one of the things that was mentioned in the eulogy was this whole concept that information without presentation is just data. Information without presentation is just data. Okay? Remember, in the initial part of this episode, I mentioned, have the courage and the confidence to double down on you and what you're doing, right? But doubling down on you is the understanding of who you are and buying into and embracing who you are. But even still, we have to be cognizant of how we present ourselves, because information without presentation is just data. So let's take it out of the context of information. Think about food, right? If somebody makes really, really good food, but they serve it up to you in some way in which they just slop it on the plate and, it looks horribly, right? Now, granted, the food might be the best food you ever eaten, but when you look at it, you're like, oh, hell no, right? Because it's presented wrong. You can have the best information, you can have the best content, you can have the best core competency, you can have the best knowledge, but if it's not presented well, it's just that, the data, the info, the knowledge. And the thing about data, you hear now the term like data analytics, right? Like all these companies use data analytics. They have committed teams to taking data and breaking it down so that it can be properly used, i.e. presented. Think about that. Companies and organizations have data analytics teams in which they break the data down so that they can use it and present it well. Marinate on that. Information without presentation is just data. You have to have the courage and the confidence to double down on who you are. So you can look at yourself as that information, and you can look at yourself as that, that wisdom or that thing that adds value. But until you figure out a way to present that well, it's just that. And very few people can just interpret raw data. For most folks, if you just give them data, it's like throwing a whole lot of numbers at them, right? But if you take those numbers and you organize them in an Excel spreadsheet and give some definitions and all of that, then folks can take those numbers and utilize them. You've presented the numbers well. So as it pertains to you, really doubling down on who you are and having the courage and the confidence to do that, realize that you are that data, you are that information, but you still have to figure out a way to serve it up in a way that's palatable for other people, right? Because what's the point of me having something that is beneficial to other folks, but then I can't present it in a way that other folks can get anything from it. That really defeats the purpose, correct? So again, information without presentation is just data. Think about yourself. Yes, it's important for you to have the courage and the confidence to double down on who you are, right? You are that information. You are that data. You are that content, right? But you also, in addition to, so it's like a yes and, it's not a but, it's a yes and to you doubling down on who you are, you need to figure out a way to properly present that. Because again, information without presentation is just data. And most people don't have the capacity to break down and interpret data. Think about that. Information without presentation is just data. So as you go forward with your messaging, as you go forward with your life, with the info, with all the greatness that you bring out into the world, be cognizant of how you're presenting that. Be cognizant of how you're serving it up. Be cognizant of how you are laying out that thing that you have for the world. Be cognizant of how you're putting it out there. Because if you're not presenting it well, it's not going to be well received. And I know some people are like, hey, that's not my job. Honestly, I challenge that. It is your job. If your job is to connect with other people, you have to do like I think Joe Madison says, you got to put it where the goats can get it. Right? If your job is to connect with other people, you have to meet them where they are. So it's not on them to go and research and figure it out if you want to impact them. Now, if you don't, fine, do your thing. But again, information without presentation is just data. Think about that. Think about that the next time you communicate. Think about that the next time you offer up a criticism for someone, which could be helpful. It could be constructive criticism. Think about the fact that information without presentation is just data. How you serve it up matters. The next time that you make a meal for your kids, think about how you put it on the plate. Don't get mad at them for not wanting to eat something that looks like slop. Even though it tastes good, it looks like slop. Their nose is going to turn up. But if you present it in a way that is appeasing to them, that they can understand it, then they'll probably give it a shot. Think about that. Double down on who you are. Have the courage and the confidence to do that. But who you are, make sure that you're serving it up well, because information without presentation is just data. And most people don't have the capacity to interpret, analyze, and break down raw data. All right. Hey, let me know what y'all thought about this one, fellas. As always, visit blackfathersnow.com. If you're interested in having me come to speak to your group, your school, your church, facilitate an event or a workshop, I'd love to do so. Definitely visit IamMikeDorsey.com. Visit IamMikeDorsey.com and submit a request. I would love to come check out, your event or conference and kind of pour into the guests. Visit IamMikeDorsey.com. Subscribe to this podcast as well via iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, anywhere you listen to podcasts. Leave some ratings. Oh, man, please leave some ratings. And share this thing with fellas and, friends and family. Anybody who can gain something from this, man, share it out, man. We want to create this critical mass of excellence, in the realm of Black fatherhood. And so, until next time. Y'all be blessed, well, and wise. And I'll holler at you. Peace.
Yo, fellas, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. And always visit blackfathersnow.com, as well as follow Black Fathers Now on virtually every social media platform you can think of. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. Just follow us and engage with us, man. Look forward to hearing from you. And I guess until next time, I'll holler at you. Peace.